Hi guys, my name is Sebastian Brosh and this is Yoga for BJJ. Today I'm going to share with you 4 poses that all hips are craving, all Jiu Jitsu hips need every day. So the first one is for the back of our hips. Just bend your knees and squeeze your legs like this, and then without losing this distance, walk your heels forward until you feel like you're starting to lose the distance. Then you drop your head and just stay here. And if you stay here, gravity will eventually, like after maybe 5-6 hours of stretching, you will eventually be touching your arms to the floor, and you can eventually move your arms and go all the way down. It might take a year or 2 years, but you have all the time in the world, right? You're in Jiu Jitsu for life, so this is no problem. The next pose is either feet together and push down or legs wide. But most of us struggle a lot with this because of our restriction in the hips. So feet together, push your knees down, and instead of pushing them all the way down so you feel pain in your joint, try to get your head forward instead, so your chest are moving towards your toes. All right, the next one is from plank pose. So move the one knee forward and stay in plank, and just start learning this pose by rocking from plank like this. Just rock and roll up and down. And if you have a meniscus problem in your knee, just do it from the side instead. So just kind of lean sideways like this. But if the knee is fine, then you can go deeper and deeper and deeper, and eventually you will be really deep and stretch the hip. So obviously do both sides, and I know a lot of people, me included, who is very uneven in the hip. So one hip is much more open than the other one. So with a stiff hip you need extra patience. Just stay there 50% longer and kind of move around and feel exactly where you need the stretch. All right, the next one, you can either do both legs at the same time, but then you will have to engage your butt and your core a lot to stretch your hip flexors and your thigh. I prefer, to this one, I usually prefer stepping one foot forward, catching the back leg and lower the hips and hugging the heel in towards my butt. I see a lot of people who are doing this and feeling stiff, and that's just because you haven't moved your foot far enough forward. So you struggle with catching the foot, and as soon as you catch the foot, you want to step forward so you have space for the hips to fall down. So you might have to kind of struggle to catch the foot, but then don't stay here and struggle. You want to step forward and lower your hips and kind of twist your upper body sideways. This is a super nice pose when you learn how to do it. So just be patient and work until it works. All right, so we did the back of our hips, we did the inner thighs, we worked the outer thighs and the front of our hips. So if you continue to do this, maybe 10-15 minutes a day, in just 2 weeks, you will feel like you have unlocked a lot of your potential in the hips, and both your top game, like when you're in side control and you're moving the legs around knee and belly, and your bottom game where you're trying to move the legs and move the hips, you're gonna feel much less restricted, and your jiu-jitsu, you will excel at jiu-jitsu, I promise. Thank you guys for watching. Check out the website, yogaforbjj.net. See you guys in the next video, or see you on the mat. Us!